Well, guess what I found this morning? 324A, aka Big Girl. Standing where that yearling heifer's standing. And then she laid down. Of course, I saw that part in the camera. Oh, now we're going to check her out. She was blowing bubbles. Appeared to be front hoof inside the bubble. But of course, you know, once she stood up, before I even got to her, she stood up and sucked it back in. It was a pain in the ass to get on this side of the gate, and now I was going to keep her head in the feeder until all that hay is gone. So I'm going to go back and get my coffee and my breakfast. Then come see what she's doing. Well, holding off on feeding because she ain't done it yet. I did finally get to see something more than just a hoof and a bubble. One hoof. She had it out about probably 8 or 10 inches. Didn't see the other hoof. So, she just brought the bucket and changed down. The other one could be right there. But I got a feeling it's got a elbow hung up or something. And there is a hoof. You can see it. Honest, that's it. But I didn't see the other one. So, yay. Her udder's tight as a drum. She's ready to calve. She just, you know, ain't done it yet.
Big push, big push.
Had one hoof back. Now we're on the ground.
And it's a heifer.
And it's a heifer. Kind of nice having a heifer out of her. And I didn't get down here to let her loose. But hopefully she's going to let me peel the halter off first. And then, hey, go see what you got.
You better not fucking have twins.
See the next bag? Ty just said that because that is what happens a lot of times. If you've got another bag when one comes out, especially a dark bag like that.
Beautiful girl.
Let her out too. She was locked in just to keep her out of the way. Anyway, probably I'd say 85 or 90% of the time if you see a bag after the fact, it's because there is a twin. But from what I can see, well, good-sized calf, but not overly thick, so anything's possible. And she's a big cow. She's big enough to hide them that well.
Well, luckily these are to stay down here. I just gotta go get Baba made.
Yeah, she still got calves to feed. I still got cows to feed too, because
I got changed in just as I was starting to clean stuff up. You texted me. Nah, I was gonna grab them anyway.
yeah. And I missed this part to show you. These kids were lined up learning all about birthing class. And I'm going to say that hernia boy's swelling is going back down again.
Well, this is his last day of the 3 in a row.
Then you go to the singles.
Then we go every other day.
He's on a little tiny pill. It's like the size of a children's aspirin. It's little. You just dissolve it in a syringe full of water and shoot it down his throat. But then, oh.
She's looking at him like, what in the
I come over here and look on this poor little heifer's face.
I always have that look though. She looked over at her with him with her ears back like, what in the hell?
Good morning, kid. Welcome to the world.
Looks nothing like mommy though. She has one patch on one side.
Yeah.
All of our other heifers that we've kept have double patches like she does.
Yeah. She's got a spot of shit above her left eye, or she's got his little tiny dot, one or the other.
It's a dot.
See, she's got, it's there, it just didn't fill out.
These are his little pills.
Oh, here, we'll unzoom. Yeah, tiny little boogers. That's what we discussed before when he originally worked on him.
The instructions that we were given were very, very vague.
Yeah,
because
not knowing the name of the med from when we talked about it before, and then getting him in the instructions just said by mouth. Well, it don't fit in a ball and gun. Hi, sweetheart.
Today's the 20th.
Today would be the 21st. This is the day that Whiskey gets out of jail.
That's Dino calf, right?
It's over there on the board. We'll tell you whose calf it is. I'm gonna guess it's probably a Dino calf because he ends up with all the old cows just because, you know, that way there's low enough numbers for him. But head up. She'll be doing good here in a little bit. Especially with Hernia Boy to piss her off. There we go. Ty got her up and she went down a couple of times and then she finally got up on her own. And 99.9% sure she's on a teat. I saw her from outside. She was. So that's the way it's supposed to be. And just because Mama there had a couple more bags of fluid, went ahead and checked. Because, I mean, you know, it's a fair-sized calf. But she's a big cow. She could easily have another one that size in her. And Ty couldn't reach in far enough to find everything, but she couldn't find a calf. So we're going to say there's not another one. We're still going to keep an eye on her today, though. Yeah, with my luck, if there is another one, it'd be a damn bull calf, so that heifer would be a free martin. And I don't need that. I mean, really don't matter. Free martins eat the same as a steer. They just take another couple weeks usually to finish. So, anyway, that's what's happening. See if I can get something done in the shop. Well, she's got more of her clothes on now. Random, I should have shown her doing the valves. The nice thing on a DT466 is you can do the valves in two positions on the engine. Top dead center on number 1. Get 1, 3. It gets 5 and 7 and 10, I think. I don't know. It's in the book, and the other is 3, 4, 6, 8, 11, and 12. And you know, the book shows hot settings, 2 different settings for exhaust and intake. But the cheat side of that is set them cold at 25,000. So that's what they are. And then I just did this and didn't show you a little secret. Turbo seal is still on there. That happens to be quarter pipe. Made sure this was clean and there's crap on it that came off when I took the seal off. Screw that in or you won't get anything inside. Then you can work around it to get the old gasket off and wipe it down. And these go on dry. I've never put turbo gaskets on wet. And there's the new gasket right there, which is going to go on here in just a minute. I got to get the tube fed up in there and figured out and around. Then I'll do the drain tube. Drain tube, you don't really got to do anything in the hole because gravity's going to help you with that. It's on the bottom. And Ty just got done cleaning that up. There's the new gasket for it. And no, we're not doing hoses. We did hoses last time. Hoses are in good shape. One thing we will do is just got to clean this shit out of here. Make sure it's clean. And I like to smear just a thin layer. Don't put too much because it's slick. And then we just tighten the hose clamps up enough to hold it in place and let it set, and then tighten them up tight later. And we don't have leakies that way. Done that for, I don't know, hell, I've done that since I was in high school. Somebody told me I couldn't do it, and I said, well, the damn thing leaks if you don't. And on these breather tubes, the original seal for that was a half-assed foam rubber piece of shit that I think we've replaced that thing probably 5 or 6 times since we've had this tractor, because they always puke. Because the rubber they used can't handle oil. It just eats them. So we did that one 2 or 3 years ago because it was just beyond. I mean, the whole engine was wet all the time. And I've made a gasket out of some rubber gasket material, regular rubber gasket material. But I wanted to show you what came in the kit. Look at that. It's a 3-layer, but that is regular, good, decent rubber gasket material that's made to hold up to oil. So hey, if we still had a leak, we'd be putting that in. But we don't, so we won't. I see Becky walking down there with the red bucket. That tells me that that new calf has not been on that cow's left side and teeth are too big. She usually isn't an issue. She's waving to us. But, you know, hell, she's 10-year-old this year, isn't she? 10 years old last month. So, anyway, catch you up on here. I think I'm done for the night. It's actually been pretty nice. Last time I saw it was 65 degrees, I think. That was at lunch. I mean, it's warm enough in here, but it ain't killing me. Turbo lines are on, and I lied earlier. There is a little bit of silicone on those. I got to looking at when the old ones come off, and I went, wait a minute, there is a little. So just a film, just enough to help the gasket work. So they are all on and tightened up. A little silicone smeared on the end of this tube before it went in there, so it helps make sure that seals. And this one's the oiler line, comes off down here. And I should have grabbed my flashlight. That stinking fitting into the oil filter housing moves. It doesn't leak, but it wiggles. And this compression fitting is tight, so about all we can do there. Still got to get the thermostat housing back on. I got it cleaned up, we just ain't got it back on. She went to go feed and take care of all that crap, so I finished up what I had going on here. And yeah, this is to the water conditioner. There's another one to it too, but it's off the manifold that's not there. And that one is a heater line that's off the manifold that's not there. And that one is where the hose on the manifold goes to. So. And if you notice, there's a loose bolt on top of the water pump. That's the brace bolt for the mount for the air cleaner. And the fun part's going to be getting the breather tube back in. So many different ways they could have done that. You know, I'd really like to meet the engineer that designed that part. You can guess what I would do to him. I mean, hell, even Detroit was smart enough years ago. They used a flexible stainless, which I can show you one, just so you know what I mean. I mean, they don't always flex, but they have a little give, and you can form them to what you want to do. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. Right there. I mean, that's probably plenty anyway. I might see about morphing that into the other one or something. Because, I'm sorry, you got two pieces, that one and this one. This is the one that's got to go up behind the manifold. And Dad and I did do a little work to it. We put that sucker in a vise and squished it flat so you can get it to move. But unfortunately, you can't get the whole thing flat, so I'll leave that for tomorrow. Same with that one. And then the way they go together, looks like the hose is really loose on there. It's not. The pipe slides up over the other pipe and then the hose clamps it on, which is actually, I guess, a good idea. Just, you know, once again, another engineer's bunch of bullshit. And this is the bracket that That goes to the water pump. She stands in the corner like that. And Ty was, well, where's this bolt go? It goes right there. Holds that onto the corner of the head. The same hole we lifted the front from. So, anyway, that'd be what happened on this nice fine Sunday. Which, like I said, I ain't complaining about the weather today. I'm really not. Oh, and by the way, I did check torque on these. 3 foot-pounds. Okay, 3 foot-pounds is 3 times 12, maximum 36 inch-pounds. My little torque wrench, my inch-pound one, it starts at 120 inch-pounds. But I do have a nice expensive one that I picked up at a garage sale years ago. This was actually one that they used when they were putting together the wind turbines, but it's in Newton meters. So there's your conversion for Newton meters. It actually goes just about low enough, believe it or not. Comes out like 3 Newton meters or something like that. That goes down to 4. I didn't get them quite that tight. I said screw it. My 1/4 inch drive set has a screwdriver type handle, so that is what it's tightened up with a socket on the end. I started out just grabbing the extension and twisting it. Get something I can get a better hold of and feel better. So anyway, and that should be good. Tomorrow, call our local Case IH dealer. Used to be Ag West Supply. It was a co-op. Ag West Supply is still alive. They just no longer have the dealerships anymore. They sold out to N&S Tractor out of California. So now it's N&S Oregon or something. It's N&S Tractor anyway. And they've pretty much left most of the stuff alone, so things, change hasn't been bad. But I got to call them and see if they happen to have this little washer right here for the... Yeah, now I can't get it back off. Go figure. Anyway, she's got like 10,000 hours on her. And you figure we used to change oil every 100 hours. We've since gone to 250. With no issues due to oil change, by the way. I don't know if you can see in there or not. I can't see it on the screen, but it's pretty worn, and it's always got a grip hanging from it. I did look online. Those things were like $2.99, something like that, until you get to the shipping. I get them off Amazon. I can get I think it's 25 or 30 of them at a time, but I don't want to buy that many. I just want one. I only have one tractor that it fits and one combine that it'll fit. And the combine don't need one. I mean, that engine doesn't even have 2,000 hours on it, I don't think. So, anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry I got a little long-winded here at the end, but, YouTube likes longer videos, and you guys, they tell me people only watch like the first 20%. I know most of the comments, you watch the whole thing, but I watch the whole thing too, usually, of other people's. Usually it's in my pocket, but, I can still hear things. So, anyway, hope everybody has a great Monday. Thanks for watching.